Welcome to Module 4 of Outreach at Events, Part 1. So, no matter what event we're attending, the moment there's an audience and it's busy around us, we must go towards the public, not stay clustered in between each other. Something I noticed in a lot of our events is that we tend to present to ourselves. Staying with each other is a little counterproductive. Yes, community is important, don't get me wrong, but as activists, we already know the information and we're already acting accordingly. We're not the ones that need to hear it again. The public must. And of course, outreach needs to be covered through every event. There are always people looking in from the outside, and they need information to understand what we stand for, so we could give them clarity, a sense of direction, and at least plant a seed. Most people need to be told what to do, need to be snapped out of the matrix. So we know that anyone can hold a sign at an event. What we do need, though, are dedicated activists that want to get out of their comfort zone to help passerbys think differently than they did 5 minutes ago. Those passerbys were walking down the street nonchalantly, having no idea that they were about to have the conversation that would change the course of their entire life. But we need to be there for them. The more activists are willing to get out of their comfort zone, the merrier, the faster things actually change. So think about it this way. Every time you show up at an event, you're purposely challenging yourself because, of course, you're showing up for the animals. So force yourself out of your comfort zone, knowing you have a strong reason why. It's easy to stay there and hold a sign and ignore everything else around you, and some days that's what we absolutely need to do. But let us make most days about forcing ourselves to intentionally participate. Every person that walks by is a person we could at least have planted a seed for. Always remember your reasons why. And ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? And usually it's just a simple rejection. So we shrug it off and we move on to the next. Activists have mentioned to me in the past that they're afraid to do outreach because they tend to be afraid of not knowing what to say in response. So if you feel like you're unsure, please look at Earthling Ed's free ebook with all the frequent questions, statements, and responses to equip yourself with. Click here for the option to have it delivered straight to your email inbox. So you'll have the link, of course, shared with you through ASM. So we're also expanding in the upcoming module on this specific Socratic questioning method, active listening, and talking with someone, not at. And if it's because you know the information, but sometimes you get self-conscious when having a conversation and you forget it, just remember that you could always call on another activist to answer your question. You can say something as simple as, the answer to this is escaping me right now, but I'm sure, insert the person's name, Michelle, could answer this, right? The activists we do outreach with are like-minded individuals that want the same result. We all want the world to go vegan, and we want all animals to be free. So don't be afraid to create new friendships and ask someone else when you're not sure how to respond to something. I'd also suggest looking at the new plant-based treaties starter kit and get familiar with the information in the pamphlet. It will help, especially from a health perspective, which is what most people tend to care about. I know we wish people cared mainly or even only about the animals, but it's unfortunately not the reality. Most people care about their health first, others about the environment, and special people like us are more empathic towards non-human animals. We definitely need to work on that to improve those outreaching skills, though. And so this sums up part 1 of module 4. In part 2 of Outreach at Events, we will look at each individual and specific event in more details. So follow me.